I'm starting a tarot channel, and I thought I'd go ahead and kick it off with a getting to know you tag. So I'll put some hashtags in the description. You are welcome to jump in if you want. Let's go ahead and get started. I was raised in a very religious household, so it took me a while, but I was also an avid reader, and I ended up going to Barnes & Noble frequently. I would see these decks when I would go to checkout. Now, I'm going to say that the conventional starting deck, Rider-Waite Smith, really did nothing for me. And also, I was a little bit reluctant. I was just scared of certain cards. Because I grew up in that patriarchal household, I was really looking for something that just embodied the eternal feminine. I was a college student. The deck, I think, was like $40, and that was a lot. It took me a while to decide I was going to get it, and I, would look at it when I would go to the bookstore, and I finally decided, okay, I'm going to do this. And that brings us to question number 2. Hello, and welcome to The Goddess Tarot by Chris Walder. This is my original deck. I do have all the cards. I'm missing, like, the intro card. But I've managed to preserve all the others. I have not managed to preserve the box, as you can see. I have gone ahead and ordered a little pouch that I'm going to be getting in the next week, so I'll share that with you once I get it. And this is my first deck. It's not in any sort of order, but in place of the major arcana, it uses goddesses, and that really drew me. Like, the meanings are frequently the same or similar, and I just loved it. I was in love with the art. In a lot of ways, it harkens back to RWS. I used it a lot at first, and I really have just, this is a very well used and beloved deck. I don't think it'll be a big issue. I'm not going to be cutting anything major off. Like, I'm not going to trim it all the way down or anything. I'm just going to cut off the white edges. And I'll probably ink the edges too. So I'm looking forward to doing that, and maybe I'll do that on video. So I got this way back in, like, right around when it came out. So, like, 1998, I believe. Somewhere in there. It was a good introduction to tarot for sure. This one was the one and only for a very long time. A few years ago, I decided I needed something else. Like, as much as I loved this deck, I feel like I outgrew it a little bit, or I just needed something else. So I ended up getting, let's see, 3 more decks a few years ago. And my go-to since then has been this one. Excuse the rustling. I have 2 dogs who basically rule this household. This is the Star Seeker Tarot, and how I found it, I just went on Etsy. Like, I have this in the full size, and I also have it in, okay, side note, I love this 3 of Swords. Like, 3 of Swords is such a difficult card to find in a way that's not the conventional heart stabbed by 3 swords. So I just think this is amazing, and I love the fact that this card is different. So anyway, I have this in a full-size deck, and I also have it in a travel-size deck so that I can take it with me when I go places and use it with myself and others. But yeah, this is my go-to deck. I love the feel of it. I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of like a, I guess it's kind of like a rose petal. And yeah, I really love it. I probably could trim down this one, but I don't want to, so I'm just going to leave it. I don't know. Has a nice edging all on its own. Here's the back. Oh, here's Death. That was the card that came up for me today, my card of the day. So this is my go-to deck. So when I started 2023, I had 4 decks. Recently, I have been going through some stuff, so I have been coming back to my tarot again. I have bought 3 or 4 more, so I am at, I think, 8 or 9 decks now, and I'll probably share more about those later. Because this video is going to be long enough. I don't want to have too many decks, and I know that's kind of famous last words, so it'll be interesting to look back at this video and see where I am a year from now. But I'm excited. I'm excited to have more art to choose from. I'm excited. I'm reinvigorated about tarot. I typically don't do a huge number of readings for myself. I do regularly, like several times a week, draw a daily card, and I'll do it on sometimes this deck, but I'll try other decks as well because I do want to use the decks that I own. Otherwise, I will sometimes do like a 3-card spread kind of deal for myself. And sometimes I live near the mountains, and I will take a deck up to the mountains with my pups and just go commune with nature, do a reading up there. It definitely is a way for me to think about things differently, explore ideas I might not have considered before. And that is how I use tarot. I'm not a professional by any means, but I do readings for my friends. They're usually small readings. I most often do 3-card readings. I do want to get better at it, and so I am going to be doing it more. Look for that to be coming soon as well. I am low on space and low on money. So I need to choose them pretty carefully. Like, I need to determine, well, first, of course, I have to love the images. I have to love the art. So if I'm going to bring in another deck, it needs to be different enough from my other decks that I can say this is going to fill a different need than the ones that I have. I can't believe how many decks there are nowadays. Like, so many decks. It's crazy. Like, even a couple of years ago, like, it didn't seem like there were as many as there are now. And I have added, several decks to my favorites on Etsy because I'm like, this looks amazing. But I really need to be kind of careful about how I do it. Like, one deck that I want to get like a big deck that I won't even be able to, like, shuffle. But, and I don't know why. I don't know why, but I haven't found the right deck yet, and I'm not going to get one just to get one. It has to really fill a need. And it's kind of funny because I think of myself as a very empathetic and emotional person, which would typically fall under cups, but I'm very picky about how swords are shown. Like, I'm always drawn to the way the swords are depicted. And I'm not sure why that is. Maybe it's a sign that I need more logic in my life. So we'll go with that. But yeah, that's my answer there. I've always loved the solar system, and I really want a good deck about space and planets and stars and moons. And I have found a few, but none of them have really felt right. So I am still looking. And if you know of a good one, I would love it if you would share that in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. I just want to practice my craft and talk about tarot with other people. I don't have people in my daily life that I can talk about this with. I just want to be part of a bigger community, and I'm not putting myself out there as any kind of expert. I'm not saying that I am amazing at tarot, because even though I've had tarot deck for more than 20 years, I am still learning. So I'm excited. I'm looking forward to seeing what I do with this channel. And I really want to get to know people more. So I just wanted to say I'm here and hello. And feel free to join in my Getting to Know You tag if you would like. I better get going because I have an elderly dog who needs my attention. So thanks so much. This is Amira. Talk to you later. Bye.